Hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of my mammoth vlog that is no more, thankfully. This part is my fabric haul and pattern haul and general haul in general. Yeah, I just thought I'd have this section because I know people like to watch hauls. I just thought I'd keep it separate from all the other drivel, and then people can just dip in and out when they want. So I've got some fabric to show you. I've been back to another social at Tesco's near me. Sewn in Tyne, it's called. Sewn in Tyne. And it's organised by Alison from Sew and Dawn and Mags. I think I've got that right, Dawn and Mags. Absolutely brilliant. Love going there, and it was last Sunday just gone. And people might remember the first one this year I went to, which was round about my birthday at the beginning of February. A lovely lady called Vicky there gifted me some material that she'd had there from Felicity Fabrics. She didn't want, she had to think about it and thought it wasn't going to suit her colouring, but she knew I'd made a dress in this colour, and that was the material there. It was like a boiled wool with these like bumps on them. I think they're called bubbles in the name of the material. Anyway, I ordered some more because I really would like to make some sort of like gilet come jacket with like a waterfall front. So I did order some more, and then promptly lost my sojo once the material had came, which I explain in part 2 of this vlog why I lost my sojo. So she did give me some material as well that was, I don't know where that is, but it was, I think it was meant to be for like the lining of what she was going to make with it. I think she was going to make like a waistcoat type gilet thing. But as you do, sitting in bed looking at my lovely pound fabrics, I googled lining material and came up with this. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Oh, the light's really picking up. So it's like a paisley pattern, and it's, what do you call that, a jacquard? I don't know, or is it just patterned? Isn't it gorgeous though? So that is going to be my lining for the gilet. I almost want to use it for a blouse. It might be like, and it is lovely, lovely stuff. I think it'll be a slippy so to sew, but it's not that thin. It's like, you know, I can see the light through it, but I can't actually see other things through it if I'm not holding it up to the light. So yeah, you could quite easily make a garment out of that, and you could make a garment out of that, and I just think that's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So watch this space. I need to find a pattern. So if anybody knows of a pattern, what I'm thinking is sleeveless gilet, like longer line gilet with the waterfall front, so that there's not buttons and fastenings that I have to think about doing, because I don't know how I would cope with putting a buttonhole on sort of a boiled wool. I'm sure other people do it. You do it for coats and things, but yeah, it's not something I want to sort of contemplate at the minute, and I don't want to ruin that material. But yeah, so if anybody knows of a pattern like that, you could let me know in the comments. That would be great. But I was chuffed to bits with that, and I think it was only I want to say £4 something a yard, or a metre, I want it. It was very reasonable anyway. So and definitely worth it. And I think the boiled wool material is quite a decent material, so I didn't want to get something cheap and nasty. So there we go, that was that bit. Well, that lovely lady Vicky, who I'm meeting next week for a coffee, which would be lovely, this time she gave me this material. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. And she apologise, it's so creased, but I have washed it, and that's why it's creased. But isn't it gorgeous? Like viscose. Oh, I just love that. And it's blue, it's my colour. And bless her, she says, I don't know why I buy blue. Blue's not my colour. And I thought, well, keep buying blue because I'll have it. So isn't that lovely? So she's given me this, and I think there's 2 meters here. So that will make a lovely top for the summer. So that wasn't part of the haul. But the next one was, now, does anybody remember me buying the lovely, I think it was Rachel from Stitched Up and Adele from Sew for Serenity had made the Nomi dress out of this fabric. Actually here, see if I can pull it across. That's it there. Was that fabric anyway? So I ordered 4 meters, I think, of that fabric, and then promptly tried to find a pattern to go with it. And I happened to be again on Pound Fabrics, and so I was looking at modal jerseys because I thought I really like that, and that's going to make a lovely whatever. And then I found this one, which I know is more, because it's darker, I think it still suits me, but it's more autumny colours. It will be more for autumn, but it's the same sort of modal jersey. It's got the stretch. I'm just trying to show you the back. So the back is like this, is black like that. But lovely drape, dead heavy, really heavy. I've ordered 2 meters of that, so that's just going to be a top of some description. And I'll show you the patterns that I've ordered that I'm thinking of the top that I'm going to make out of that fabric there. So that was that one, and that was, I want to say £7.50 a metre, but it might be, no, £7.50 a metre, I think. I do apologise. If I get these prices wrong, I'm really, really sorry. And while I was on, I saw this one. And I think this was £6.50 a metre. But I just like the big bold pattern. And I think I just watched somebody make something with a leafy patterned fabric on. And that's it. You know, people talk about being influencer or being an influencer on YouTube, and if I influence anybody in to start sewing, then champion, that's great. But I can't imagine how the little amount of stuff that I make. But I see something on YouTube and that's, oh, I want it, yeah, I want to do that, I want to make that. And sometimes I just need to say, hang on a minute, think of all the material you've got that you haven't used. So yeah, so that's one that I ordered. It is more of a, I don't know where it's coming out, it's more of a beigey background than a white or a cream background rather than a white. It did look white online and I thought it was going to be more white and navy. And I actually thought this was more of a yellowy mustardy colour rather than sort of a sandy tone. Not sure what colour that's going to look like on the vlog, but yeah, really like it. Let's see, stretch wise, can't remember what it is. Is it stretchy? It is a little bit stretchy. Yeah, one way stretch, just a tad. But yeah, got thousands of patterns. Well, not thousands, but hundreds of patterns I can make out of that. Then, I don't know if anybody watched the vlog, excuse me while I have a slurp, where I said I was thinking of cancelling Beyond the Pink Door subscription box. Well, I did, because the last few fabrics, oh, excuse me, we've had, I've liked them, but they haven't been my colours. And I said originally that was the whole idea of getting the subscription box, that it would push me out of my comfort zone and I'd have to sew these materials. And some of the fabrics that came were great. There was a lovely white double gauze that came, and I made a top out of it, and the top was vastly huge and massive. And I hear about everybody saying, oh, I'm going to unpick it and I'm going to make it smaller, and I'm going to take the shoulders in, I'm going to do a sway back adjustment, and I'm just not one of those sewers. I make something, and if it doesn't fit, it just gets shoved in the naughty corner, or I'll donate it to charity. Little fly. Excuse me, just killing a fly. So yes, so everything I've made out of the material that came from Beyond the Pink Door, with the exception of the Sophia pants that I made in like the leopard print paint splash material, I haven't wore. Oh, and the place suit, which was the green diamonds or triangles. I wore that on holiday. And the Sophia pants I wore constantly last summer, and I've got to make some more in whatever material for this summer, because I kind of keep wearing that same pair of trousers. They're not going to last 5 minutes. So the Sophia pants, I did wear those. So there's two things. But then I've had a full year and a bit's worth of boxes. So 14, say, lots, 15 lots of material of fabric from Beyond the Pink Door in a subscription box, which I have paid for, obviously. And two items worn out of the ones that I made, and the other fabric is still sitting in my stash. So I just thought, you know, I would rather take the £40 that it was costing me for the subscription box, which includes postage as well to the UK from Ireland, although she's not in Ireland anymore. So the £40 that it was costing me to get that, which I loved opening that, I love getting a present, I thought instead of that, I'd rather get one cheaper material, so if I make a hash of it, I don't really mind thinking, well, charity or naughty corner, and then I can go for colours that I am going to wear, so that if I make a garment and it is the right size, I like the material, I like the fabric, I like the colour, etc., then I am going to wear it. If I make a garment, even if it fits, if I'm not keen on the fabric, I'm not going to wear it, am I? So when I was trying to make that decision in my head and say, oh, but I had FOMO, as I said, I didn't want to miss out, I went on to Pound Fabrics. £2 a metre. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The only thing that would make that better for me is if those peachy orangey flowers that had been in pink. But I love blue and orange. It's a good colour combination. They're opposite each other on the colour wheel, and they obviously go together. So I got 5 metres because it was £2 a metre. So 5 metres, there's £10. So if I make a Zadie out of that, or a dress, a Lyra, or anything out of that, I've got an outfit, like a dress or a jumpsuit or whatever, for £10. And I thought, you know, you can get material like that for £2 a metre that I flipping love. I think that's gorgeous. Of course it's blue. So for the £40 it was costing me for the subscription box, I could get 4 lots of material if it's £2 a metre. So, and yeah, and if I make a hash of it, £2 a metre. Not going to lose sleep over that, losing a tenner. So there we go. That's another one. It's a ton weight. My arms are killing. And I then had a little trip to Boys at Bladen, our lovely Boys store. I think it's Rachel who goes into Boys quite a lot as well. She seems to have a really, really good Boys store with a good haberdashery department. And ours is quite good, but they tend to have materials in till they're sold. So you go and sometimes it's all the same as what you've seen before. Other times you go and there's a little bit extra. So I spotted this which I just thought was really bonny. And I thought that will make, it's a cotton, 100% cotton, so it's quite stiff, so maybe it's a bit more of a structured top. But I thought that would make a nice summer blouse just to wear with jeans, or white pants, or a vest top, or a tank as people call them now, just to wear with white shorts on holiday, or possibly if I make some white civic pants I could wear the top with those. So, and I got 2 meters of that, and that was £5 a metre. And I then got 3 meters of this. Now, I don't know what, it was written on the ticket, but I can't remember what you call this. But I popped in, I was down that way, and I popped into Boys, and I saw this fabric, and I couldn't get it out of my head. And in my head, I remembered it is a bit of a boiled wool, but it isn't. It's cottony, and there is a little bit of stretch that way, quite a bit of stretch that way. That's the back of it. So it's, yeah, somebody might be able to say what you'd call this. It's almost like suiting, but like lightweight summer suiting, not like, you know, 3-piece suit suiting. And it's got like these raised lumps, which are sort of stars, but only look like stars from certain angles. And I thought what I would make with that is like a summer jacket, so like a blazer type jacket, but maybe it's not as structured as that, more like a casual blazer, little summer jacket. I just thought that would be lovely. And if you've watched previous vlogs as well, you'll have seen I made a dressing gown, a robe for my sister for her birthday, and I used a very, like a tiny polka dot sort of satiny, satin viscose type, poly type fabric. I can't remember the name of it now. And I've still got loads of that left. I was going to make myself a robe, but yeah, that's not going to happen. I still have quite a bit of that left, so I thought I could use that white, or creamy white, ivory it was, to line that. So let me know what you think. And if you know the name of this fabric, then yeah, that's the back of it, that's the front of it. Then that would be great if you could tell me what it is. And then I'll be able to check a pattern and say, yeah, that's that material, that's what I'll make with it. Excuse me. I've been talking now for over an hour, so doing 3 separate vlogs instead of the hour-long vlog is, yeah, it's taken longer than an hour. By the way, my snack of choice at the minute is Twiglets. Does anybody, I mean, do they have these in America? Are Jacob's British or are they American? I'm not sure. Oh, Twiglets. Definitely my snack of choice at the minute. They're baked, not fried, and they're high in fibre apparently, which is good enough for me. A bit of an acquired taste. I think they're like a bit like Marmite. Either love them or hate them. So what patterns have I bought? I think I have shown you, I think, yeah, definitely shown you those patterns which I've had for a while now and not made up. Yeah, I saw somebody make that dress. Now, I'm going to say it's Viv Mum Sews because I watch Viv Mum Sews a lot. And to say she sews fast, Viv sews fast and Karen sews slowly, is an understatement. She will do 19 garments plus in a month. I mean, I don't know how long she's sewing for. She might get up at 7 in the morning and not go to bed till 10:30 at night and sew constantly. But I'm sure it was her that pointed me in the direction of this one. I can't remember which dress on it she made, but I just like that as a dress. I did think this was sheared panel here, but it's not. It's princess seams. There is some shirring in the back of that, which is good because it means you don't need to get the fit exactly right round the waist because it'll sort of cinch it in. But that's New Look 6692, and I really like the look of that as a standard sort of dress. So we'll see if we manage to get that sewn up. When I bought that lovely material that Rachel and Adele had made a dress out of, that was one of the patterns that I got, and that's New Look 6567, and you just get so many options for the neckline and the sleeve length, etc. on that. I just think that's probably a good pattern to have in my stash, that I could copy the neckline for something else. I mean, listen to me, never done that in my life, but you know. This one, made a mistake. So I've gone and bought a pattern, and I can't remember if I bought this off Etsy or eBay. It's Simplicity 9752. But all those, I fancied making some trousers, and I also been quite keen to make a skirt, but I thought this would be quite nice for holidays. But I've gone and bought the larger sizes, which run from US sizes 20W to 28W, and it doesn't have, I have a feel I might have bought this from Amazon because it doesn't have UK sizes on it, which is a bit annoying, really. I don't think it's, I think it's brand new. Yeah, it's never been out the packet, so it's not one I've bought on eBay. But I think even if I did, the largest, the smallest size I should say, if I did the largest size I'd be swamped. The largest size, do you know, the smallest size I should say, I could make the smaller size because the hips below waist, which is like my widest part, is 44 inches. Bust 42, well, why would you have bust measurements on that when that top's not included? Why would I have bust measurements on a skirt pattern? Bust 42, waist 35. Might be 35 on a good day. So actually, I could actually. So just ignore what I've just said. That's fine. I ordered this size deliberately. I'm going to make the smaller size in that pattern. Which would be a first for me, to make the smallest size in anything. That was the pattern that I couldn't find, that I mentioned in a vlog, Simplicity 9226. That was the one that I couldn't find, and this is definitely a one inspired by Viv Monceau. She made a gorgeous two-piece out of, I think it was a stretch jersey, and it is for knits only, it says. But I did think that lovely material again. I did like the set that she had. I like that one. That's very smart, but yeah, it's more like worky, and I don't work, so I would like to make something bunny. Anyway, there's another Tilly and the Buttons that I've never made, the Mabel, and that's it. I am very, very tempted. I want to make this the named kilo wrap dress or wrap trouser suit. I definitely want to make that at some point. People rave about it, and a lot of people have commented actually when I've mentioned it before in the vlog and said, make it, you'll never make anything else, it's fantastic. So let's see what else. Right, so the material I said I'll show you the top that I'm thinking of. That's the top there, of that lovely autumny coloured material that I've just shown you. I quite fancy making that top there. Oh, sorry, I am showing, oh no, not that finger. I'm showing you my horrible nail. I had a nail-based disaster and a nail fell off this morning. So this one here, but I love that dress there. That is very like the Zadie dress. Now, I was watching an episode of the Fold Line, and I love the Zadie. If you've watched my vlog on pardon me, on the one, the vlog where I go through all my makes of my sewing journey so far, because there's not many more that I've sewed that weren't in 2023. The only things I wear regularly, without fail, I should say, is my Zadie jumpsuits, or my Zadie jumpsuits. And they've just introduced an add-on pack to make the Zadie dress. So you use bits of the top of the Zadie jumpsuit, and they give you the bits to add for the skirt, which is basically big rectangles by the look of it. So I think slightly £12 for the add-on pack's a little bit of an exaggeration of what you should be paying. I'm just looking here. These are ones I've received in yeah, these are ones that have come in my sewing magazine. So you may remember that I got Vera, my mannequin, as an offer last year. So Simply Sewing, yeah, I don't know, I despair. You see, I like this top. I like the line drawing of it, but look at it on the model. I mean, the model's lovely. Look at the pull on the shoulder. You know, it doesn't even look like it fits her, right? Why use that as the picture, for heaven's sake? It's not going to inspire people to make that top if it doesn't even fit the model that it's on. And the last two patterns, we have Simplicity 9124 and Simplicity 9113. So that's 9124, and I saw this in my local hobbycraft shop, and I think £8.95 for a pattern. It's absolutely disgusting what we have to pay for patterns in this country. Really annoys me when I hear that Joann's are having a sale and patterns are down to $2.99. It's almost worth getting a flight over and going mad. So I did think about, could I use that as my gilet pattern, but I quite like it as a caftan. Actually, I might make another caftan. I know I made one last summer, but I sort of hacked a pattern and it wasn't very good. And then I got that one, Simplicity 9113, and I thought that would be a nice sort of suit to go out on a nighttime abroad or something. I would obviously make the shorter sleeve version. And I don't think I'd have a button doodah. And if I made it in a sort of a bit more of a, I don't know, a jersey, maybe it's the top, then I wouldn't bother with the button fastening. Probably just put as long as I could get my head through the top, I wouldn't bother with the buttons. Definitely not. It is buttons, isn't it? Yeah. I don't think she's got buttons on hers, but never mind. So there was that one as well. So yeah, so even though I lost my Sojo, I haven't stopped buying things, but my Sojo with my new sewing room is definitely back. So if you like what you've seen, and I promise there will be more sewing in the next vlog, that's part 3. That's everything. You're all caught up to date with me. Hopefully I am back. I plan to try and do one every week again, but I'm so sorry I've been away for such a long time. But if you like what you see, please subscribe, comment below, because I love to chat. Join me on my Facebook group, Care and Sew Slowly, if you search for that. We've got a group on there, and there's people joining all the time, and then you can have a good chat on there about sewing and what have you. So, and I'm on Instagram as well, by the way, under Care and Sew Slowly, and I do try and post on there as regular as I can. I'm not the best at remembering to put stuff on places. This is probably your best way of seeing what I've made. And hopefully I'll catch you all again. I hope you're all well. I hope you managed to get some sewing in this week, if that's your thing. Oh, and Evelyn, I hope the ankle's feeling better, sweetheart. I hope you're doing okay. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye now. Bye.